I did not anticipate it evolving nearly as much as it has, but it's been more pleasant than we expected to see the impact it's made on the industry. A lot of people have grown new careers here. A lot of deals have been made as a byproduct of this conference. So we're really proud of the growth that we've seen so far. Well, it morphed from there were people that started the data center conference industry game, and then there are those that picked up where they left off and they took off running. And the story about this conference is, in the first year that I was running it, there was a guy that I hired from college who was a junior as a day laborer to help us with day staff. And he was so focused on learning more about the industry while he was in college that he stayed close to me until he graduated, always offering, volunteering to work for free to learn more about the data center industry. Eventually, when he graduated college, we hired him as an intern. We put him to work as a full-time employee. And eventually, he worked through the ranks in which now he's today the president of DCAC. That's what this conference was built by. It was built for us to give it to the future of the industry. So now it's ran by a millennial who's a digital pioneer that was born and raised with social media in his hands. And he's flanked by a team of Gen Z who, between the Gen Zs and the optics of the millennials, they're helping shape the future of what these conferences need to look like instead of having them run by a bunch of Gen Xers like me. I think that there's many that will tell you today that the fastest path to becoming a millionaire is through the trades, but I'll offer that to the country, the best way to build back the middle class is to open up the aperture of opportunities that the data center industry offers. So today, the data center industry has 9 job domains. It represents 285 different types of jobs and careers. Those careers don't require college degrees. They just require the ability to learn at an insane rate and to reinvent yourself on a monthly basis as needed, because the data center industry evolves as fast as those that adopt technology demand it to. So they really are the future. And I think that these are people that have the ability to go get a professional craftsman-like skill, if not become a tradesman themselves, but they have the ability to go get a job that builds back the middle class and gives them a job that gives them a great quality of life and doesn't require them to go into debt with a college degree. So I think that for many people, we use the cloud and we use AI, but no one understands where it comes from. And the cloud is really 4 walls and a roof, and it's sitting on the ground, surrounded by a security fence, and it can island itself off the grid at any time if it needs to. But AI is not coming to take those jobs. AI can never build data centers on its own. It's going to need skilled craft labor, and it doesn't need tradesmen. It's going to need tradesmen that will be unionized in some cases not. But it's going to require jobs that you can't learn in college, because if you go to college to learn about data centers your freshman year, whatever you've learned is obsolete by the time you graduate. So everything is through immersion training, and everything is it's like a trade. You start as an apprentice, you get into a journey level of knowledge, and then you continue to keep thriving, and you could grow into a master of anything. But the industry will evolve, and it'll allow people to evolve with it. And those kids in high school that are probably the largest users of AI and they adopt technology faster than most, they're the ones that should probably start scratching the paint and figuring out where's that technology coming from, and try to trace it back from the way they use it in their hand. Try to find what that phone is in the hand, how it connects to the cloud, and where that connects to the ground. And for them, I challenge them to go out and learn those things, because if they can understand that, they're going to realize that it's a gold rush of opportunity right now. And there are hundreds of thousands of jobs that are open and available right now that don't require college degrees. They just require people that are really interested in reinventing themselves, and they have to be able to learn quickly. Yeah, if I was looking to get into a skilled trade right now, I would go out and I would ask, just like if you want to get in the military, there are recruiters, and all of the trades have recruiting houses too. And I would just try to figure out what are the places that I could go to. Any electrical contractor, any mechanical contractor, you could go knock on the door, and they're going to guide you on what you have to do to get into their apprentice programs, because they are starving for people that want to go use their hands. And the truth is, the jobs that they have, these programs, these construction programs that we're going to put them on will be 5 to 7 years long. These will be programs that were already building the Manhattan Project of our generation, and they get to be a part of that. They just need to go find any contractor, any specialty trade. If they do low voltage structure cabling, if they do gas, if they do connectivity, if they don't know where to start, then they can start by looking at weareoverwatch.com, and they can start looking for jobs on that website, because we are bringing on people from college, bringing on people from the military, bringing on people from the first responders, bringing on people from the trades, and bringing on people from other. And other could be someone that worked in another industry adjacent to us And they just felt like this industry was growing faster and they saw more opportunity. So if you're a kid, you're struck at a time in which the industry just started. This is the automobile industry of 1925. There were no service stations. There were no schools to learn how to be a mechanic. There was no mechanical engineering trades specifically targeting automobiles. There wasn't even a sub-economy yet of building seatbelts and windshields and tires. It was all emerging. They're catching us during that same phase. What the automobile industry is today is, in 1925 is what we are today in AI. And they need to realize that the only way that this industry is moving is up. So they need to get into the ground phase, and it doesn't matter where they come in at, they just need to call a contractor. So the beauty about the program that Donald Trump talked about being Project Stargate is it put the largest construction program in the history of mankind on the map. And the chief data center officer for Stargate will be at DCAC speaking tomorrow. And he's not just building data centers, he's building an entire town, right? That program will have it has 5,000 people on it right now. It'll grow and scale up to about 9,000 people by the time it's done. And that's just like building another city. So these AI factories that we're building, they're changing the landscape of communities that we live in and offering incredible high-paying jobs that reward you based on how hard you work, not where you went to school or what your GPA was or what your grades were. It'll simply be based on how quick you can learn and how hard you can work. So Stargate is a program that is in a massive demand of talent because they need human beings to do the work. So this shirt says that we do the work. That means we go out there and we move the pieces around on the board to build the sky for the cloud and the home for AI. And sometimes it's being in construction where we're moving things, and sometimes it's plumbing, and sometimes it's electrical and it's connectivity. But there are so many things that go into building these opportunities in these data centers that they just need to get in the game. Stargate is starving for talent. And the beauty is this, that program that Caruso did at Stargate is only one of their programs. They're doing multiple like that, and there'll be other programs that come along that'll be even bigger. So if I'm listening and I'm a kid right now, I'd be trying to figure out who are the electrical and mechanical contractors in the town that I live in, and which one of them are building data centers, and how can I apply for a job at one of those contractors?